Game 3, Minnesota versus the Golden State Warriors. Gotta been something. Gotta been some of the worst basketball that I done seen. And I said that at the game 1. That was probably some of the worst basketball I done seen in the playoffs so far. And I think it couldn't get no worse than what I seen at the game 1. But watching game 3 tonight, the Minnesota Timberwolves, they end up pulling away with this game and end up winning this game, taking the 2-1 lead series against the Golden State Warriors. But if I'm both teams, I am not satisfied with this win. Because if I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves, the level of bad execution that was going on down the stretch, just bonehead, unprovoked turnovers from Julius Randle to Mike Conley, from Jaden McDaniels, it just is mind-boggling to me. And with a team without Steph Curry, y'all are in a dogfight with the Golden State Warriors. Now y'all got aspirations of being a championship level team. Y'all got aspirations of being the last team standing in these NBA playoffs. And this is the opportunity where you put your foot on their neck and you go ahead, stump them out, and kill them. You don't give them nothing. You don't give them nothing. Like I said, Steph Curry is not playing out there. Even though you got a good game from Jimmy Butler, Buddy Hield chipped in, Jonathan Kuminga came off the bench and gave them excellent production. But the thing is, the bottom line, without Steph Curry, y'all should be able to roll over the Golden State Warriors. And I want to say, like I said, the bad execution, the bad turnovers that was going on down the stretch. It was one play with Mike Conley. You got to know your KYP. You got to know your personnel. You getting the ball down the lane, wide open floater. Why the hell is you passing it to Rudy Gobert in the mid-range section for him to have to put the ball on the floor and him to make a play and go and get to the basket? As we all know, Rudy Gobert got the worst fucking bag in the whole entire league, and that's who you passed it to. In that instance right there, they end up getting a turnover out of that play. Mike Conley was a veteran point guard, a smart point guard, a poised point guard. You should not be making that pass right there. If anything, if you don't want to shoot it, dribble the ball back out, man. Julius Randle just out there, him and fucking Draymond out there bumping into each other like they playing fucking bumper cars, man. That's being overly physical for no fucking reason. Nigga, you 90 feet from the basket. Why is y'all over here tussling with each other, man? This was awful basketball. Like I said, if I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves, even though we got the win and that's all that matters, but the thing is, like I've been saying this whole playoff, sometimes it's not how you win. It's not about if you win or lose. It's sometimes about how you win and how you lose. And how y'all won tonight is distasteful, it's dissatisfying, even though that y'all was on the road. Y'all was able to get this win and take a 2-1 lead series. But the thing is, how y'all won this game tonight, I'm not very satisfied. I'm not very satisfied because we got to be able to execute the ball. We got to be able to execute better. We got to be able to take care of the ball. We got to be able to rebound. We got to be able to be locked in, focused for a full 48 minutes where we're not losing track of our man. We just allowing them to get every loose ball, allowing them to get second chance rebounds and second chance opportunities. Just leaving mans. If somebody come and set the screen, make sure you communicating, you connected to hip with a man and run with him. This was just awful basketball. Now I can understand it from the Golden State Warriors side of things. They down without Steph Curry. You know, Jimmy Butler, he is their main really reliable source on the offense, man, who can create his own shot on a consistent basis. So it's going to look a little funky. It's going to look a little rugged. It's going to look a little stagnant. It's going to look a little messy for the Golden State Warriors. But the Minnesota Timberwolves, y'all at full strength. AE, get your ass to that fucking rim, man. Put more pressure on what you're doing right now in that rim. You setting for all these 12 threes tonight. You was 4 of 12 from 3. I'm trying to figure out why all these damn teams in the playoffs is shooting so poorly from the 3-point line and steady jacking them bitches. At some point in time, man, can we just play the games without a fucking 3-point line? That's how fucking disgruntled and disappointed I am with these teams chucking threes. Is that all these teams? No, it's the 3-point. They forgot about all the other nuances and all the little things that go into a basketball game with scoring a basketball. This is the NBA playoffs, man. Not the regular season. This ain't no fucking all-star game. This ain't no three-point contest. Quit launching threes and get y'all ass to that fucking paint. Anthony Edwards, you built your whole game on getting downhill. Can't nobody stop you when you getting downhill. Put your head down and you being hell-bent on getting 2 feet in that lane, making a play for your teammates or for yourself, getting fouled, whether that's a floater, whether that's a jump stop, using your footwork, using your athleticism, and your power and your strength to get to that fucking rim and make a play, man. You letting the defense off the hook by settling for 12 threes. That's bad basketball. Bad basketball. And I'm tired of watching it. I'm tired of coming on here after every game of this go. It's been 3 games. After every game in this series, I done came on record and said this have been the worst basketball that I done seen in the NBA playoffs by far. Now, everybody was on the Houston Rockets saying they didn't have this, they didn't have that. They are young, they inexperienced. They were playing some good damn basketball, you ask me. They was executing, they were defending at a high level. They were playing physical, the right physicality. They wasn't just a nigga taking the ball out of bounds and you pulling a nigga arm or you shoving somebody. I'm telling you, man, real life. I knew what was gonna go on. You got Draymond and Julius Randles, 2 crash dummies on the court at the same time competing against each other. These niggas is bumping against each other like they middle linebackers. 2 big broad shoulder ass niggas. They gotta do better. Now nonetheless, Minnesota, they took a 2-1 lead. They got out of here. They stole one on the road. They went into the Chase Center and got them a dub. And that was their end goal. They got the win. They got what they came here for. Now they got to be able to replicate and do it in game 4 again. But I'm going to say this. You got to be able to play with a certain level of discipline, a certain level of higher intensity, a certain level of focus, a certain level of poise and come game 4. You got to be able to execute better. Get in and out of your sets. Make sure when y'all are playing defense on the defensive side of the ball, make sure that y'all are connected and y'all are on one string. Now, if I'm Coach Finch, I'm bringing these guys in for shoot around tomorrow, and we watching straight film for the first 3 games and showing you all the lapses that we got. Because soon as y'all pass the defender off or something happen, I mean, it's not the point of attack defense. It's all the off-ball actions that is causing the Minnesota Timberwolves so much confusion, and I'm confused on that. Y'all supposed to be one of the best defensive teams in the NBA. All you got to do is stay connected to your man. Why is this so hard? Man, I done seen high school games play with better. Man, I done seen high school games better than this. This series has been awful. Dead right awful. And like I said, I can give some of the slack from the Golden State Warriors. They down Steph Curry. Steph Curry, it's the Golden State Warriors. Bottom line, we know that. So with them having Jimmy, him only playing 30 games, him coming in mid-season, coming in February with these new guys, with him being a lone star out there who can be able to create his own shot, get his own shot whenever he want to, and still having to be able to get other guys involved so they still have their rhythm, it's going to look a little clunky. It's going to look a little, it's going to look a little nasty for the Golden State Warriors, especially when you throwing out lineups with Draymond, Gary Payton Jr., Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, and Buddy Hield. What the hell you expect? So I expect bad basketball coming from them. But the Minnesota Timberwolves have no excuse. Y'all getting sped up for no reason. Y'all just throwing the ball all over the place. Y'all gotta raise the level of focus, man. And that's all I'm asking. Because this series so far, the first 3 games has been terrible. If I had to rate it 1 out of 10, with 10 being the best and 1 being the worst, I'm going to give this mug a solid 4. Because even though this game came down to the wire, I ain't going to say to the wire, Minnesota Timberwolves won by 8 points. But the game was so boring. It was so boring. Like when I say high level basketball, I mean like go watch the Denver Nuggets and Clippers series. Go watch the OKC Thunder Denver Nuggets game 1 and game 3. Go watch the Knicks and Boston series, the first 2 games. Go watch the Knicks and Detroit series. That's what I mean by high level basketball. It's good execution. It's high level shot making, high level execution. You defending at a high level. You playing with the right kind of physicality. Not a lot of fouls being called. Not a lot of people, guys taking care of the ball. Not this what I'm watching. Not this. Not this. Now Anthony Edwards, he showed up when the team needed him in the second half with 15 in the third quarter, 50, following that up with 15 in the fourth quarter. 30 points in the second half, I can live with that. But you gotta be able to control your shot selection, son. Get downhill more, put pressure on that defense, put pressure on the rim, get guys in foul trouble, and that's gonna they're gonna open up everything else for your outside game. Because look, when you dancing and doing all that things on the perimeter, that's cool. It's gonna look cute and doing all this is good for the highlight reel. But this is playoff basketball. It's time where you gotta get your feet dirty, get your hands dirty. It ain't time to be taking showers right now. Trying to be all clean and fancy. Go out there with a mission. Stamp yourself. That's what I'm looking for. Now y'all let me know in the comment section, do y'all think the Golden State Warriors gonna have a chance to be able to hold off the Minnesota Timberwolves till Steph get back? They saying reports that Steph not gonna be back. The earliest, if he can come back, is Game 6. Do y'all think it's gonna get to a Game 6? What y'all think about the Minnesota Timberwolves? Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And at the Game 4, y'all know where y'all can find me. Off the Bench Show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're gonna be here live in full effect. And I'm gonna see y'all at the Game 4.